Hello and welcome to your weekly card pull. My name is Alexa. Today I'm doing a reading for the week of July 6th through July 12th of 2025. My dears, I decided to do one pull from my tarot deck and one pull from my oracle deck. It ended up being 2 cards from tarot and 3 from oracle. So we've got a lot of messages, but there is a lot of change, mostly positive change, things moving in new directions possibly this week. I do feel like some of you are potentially feeling a little bit of relief. A lot of the cards that I pulled were in reverse today. Anytime a card is pulled in reverse, it is asking you to remember that things that are going on around you are simply a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So if you are feeling triggered by anything, or if you have been freaking out about stuff or confused by things, anything going on in your external world is a reflection of the internal. So a lot of your work this week is probably going to be turning within to some degree. It doesn't mean that you're going to completely ignore what's going on around you, but I do feel like a lot of you are going to feel a little bit more on fire, if you will, or a little bit more excited about some of this potentially like inner work that you might be looking at and dealing with. A lot of this is good things. There's a lot of, again, adventure type of energy and a lot of changeness. Okay, words. A lot of change, some newness, but most of these are going to be really beautiful things. They're going to help you see things in yourself that maybe you have forgotten, or certain strengths in yourself that you maybe didn't realize that you had or didn't fully embody. So a lot of beauty this upcoming week. The first card that I pulled for you guys was the Two of Wands. I pulled this out of the Ethereal Visions tarot deck. I love this deck. Two of Wands is acknowledging a time when we're going to be embarking on a new journey. We're going to be setting out on something new. Now is a really good time to sort of figure out your plans before you start acting on them. So there potentially are a lot of paths that you could go down. There is a lot of newness that lies ahead, a lot of different directions you could take. Maybe some of you are thinking about quitting a job, leaving a job, quitting a relationship, leaving a relationship, starting a new one, moving your house. Like there's a lot of change that might be happening again in the external world. As a reminder, these are all reflections of the internal, but I do feel like because this was the only one that was pulled upright, this might be an area where you're seeing things very clearly in the external, and this is a very clear sign for you to start making plans in the external. This is not just about like, okay, well, this is how I'm going to use my energy, and this is what I'm going to be putting my energy into. You need to make practical plans. I'm getting a lot of Taurus energy, a lot of grounded energy. If you're not spending any time outside or around nature, this might be a really, really good time to start doing that. But there is a lot of energy here for you guys in the way of planning. Also, knowing that there's kind of like a preparation, focus, like you're going to start getting driven towards something. I feel like a lot of you know what it is. Some of you may feel like, oh, well, I don't know which path I want to take, but I know I need to be doing something or starting somewhere. So this energy that we have going on right now collectively is very much in service to actually starting to put those plans down to paper. So if you have not written out things, I would definitely recommend doing that. Also, I'm getting a ping for some of you if you had New Year's resolutions. I don't really like to use that word, but like any kind of before the beginning of the year, sort of setting intentions, goals, etc. It might be a really good time to revisit those and see where you stand on them. If maybe you are falling short on things, or if you have started neglecting things that really matter to you. So a really good time to start planning and get aligned with some things that are going to be moving. Because I also pulled for you guys the Six of Cups. I did pull this one out in the reverse, but I actually had a very large feeling of like, oh, I kind of feel like this one could be upright too. So I'm going to share both meanings of the card, both for the upright and the reverse. And whichever one resonates with you is likely going to be pointing towards what you need. So with the Six of Cups, there is a lot of energy around inner child. For some of you, the upright interpretation of this card is a little bit more positive in nature. Some of you may be feeling some things that have to do with a little bit of nostalgia, maybe some innocence, some inner child experiences. Maybe some of you are revisiting a place that you were when you were younger, or talking to people that you knew when you were younger. Maybe a family member is coming to visit that you haven't seen since you were younger, or was around a lot when you were at a very young age. So there's a little bit of a youthful sort of an energy here. This energy can also kind of encapsulate this level of, I mean, if you look at the two kids, like they're sharing, it's very innocent, it's very playful, it's very light. So there is a lot of beauty. There is definitely a sensation that you may want to think about or linger in the past. And I think this card is telling us that the past is important. It is a good roadmap. It is something that we can look to and something that we can learn from. It is not a place to be stuck and to be living your life from. If you are constantly living in the past, you are most likely going to be feeling depressed. So I would definitely encourage you to be aware of your relationship to this innocent, childlike backslash quote unquote past energy. In the reverse, this card can also imply a little bit of potentially scarcity, naivete. There could be some elements of, I don't want to be pessimistic, but like abuse and or disappointment. So I'm getting the words inner child wounding. So for some of you, this card is heralding the energy of your childhood. This can be good, or your past. This can be good. It can be showing you really beautiful things, really abundant things. You can also potentially be looking at some themes that may be a little bit more challenging, that may feel a little bit heavier. If that is the case, that is okay. These things are all here for you to look at for a reason. Again, the external is reflective of the internal. What did your past experiences, how have they created your beliefs that you are currently living with? How have they created your reality? How have they created the narratives in your mind, the way that you're showing up, the actions that you're taking? How has everything from your past contributed to your present, and how are those things affecting your future? This is a great time to take stock of those, take note of those. You don't have to get lost in them. You don't have to swim in them, but I would definitely recommend taking a little bit of time to pay attention to those things and some themes that might be coming up that bring those energies up for you. Now, my dears, from the Oracle deck, I pulled some cards. Oracle deck is a little bit more encouraging and positive in my opinion. I pulled some cards that I feel are really speaking to your growth and your expansion. So the first card that I pulled in the reverse, Mookaite Jasper. Second card was Jade, and the third card was Crystal Clear Quartz. I know these are upside down because I pulled all of them in the reverse. So again, a lot of encouragement for you to pay attention to yourself. Take care of yourself. If you are giving and giving and giving and draining and you don't have energy left for yourself, my dear, you need to pull back. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your own needs. I do not care what is going on around you. This is not a time to be giving everything that you have so that other people can help take care of you. This is a time for you to look at your situation, look at where you're at, look at your wounds, look at your scars, look at your strengths, understand how has my past potentially created this situation or gotten me into this situation. How can I work with that so that I can move forward and put together a plan that is going to help me navigate everything coming up for me in this upcoming week? Let's get more specific on the Oracle messages. So we're going to start with Mookaite Jasper because that's the first one that came up. This card is about risk. This card is about adventure. This card is about new experiences, exploring unknown territories, creating a level of personal power for yourself and claiming it. So for some of you, you may find that this upcoming week, you're going to start experiencing, I want to say something new, potentially, hopefully, something new in the way that you're relating to life. You may feel like you're embarking on an adventure, and this adventure has nothing to do with the world around you. This adventure has everything to do with you and your relationship to yourself. If you are in a position right now where you're like, I am feeding myself, dear God, yes, thank you, we need it. Keep doing that because you are currently on a path that is going to help you to establish something new for yourself and to create something new for yourself. When this card comes up, whatever road seems like the safe one, it may not be the right one to take. And I'm not saying that you want to do things that are dangerous or stupid, but this is a time when you may be looking at something and say, that feels risky, that feels scary to me. And your inner knowing, especially if this is resonating with you, your inner knowing is probably telling you that it is time to embark on something that scares you. You do not have to burn down your whole life and ruin everything and destroy everything and start a whole new adventure, but you do need to come at things from a slightly different perspective. Again, with this planning, this is a lot of planning and figuring out how you want to do something and how you probably want to be doing it differently. Maybe, again, to create some security for that inner child for yourself, to create a little bit more harmony for that inner child for yourself, especially if you are dealing with wounding or behavior from wounding. This is a really beautiful time to move into the shifts that are coming. Another message with this card, especially when it comes to relationships. Again, I pulled it in reverse, so I feel like this might be more in relationship to yourself, but this can apply to others. Again, external reflects the internal. All relationships evolve, and in healing any old patterns that you may have or other parties may have, if this is something that involves other people, those things may have blocked you from experiencing relationships that have been deeply nourishing. These things could have been self-created. These could have been created by dynamics between you and other people. Whatever it is that you are experiencing, you now have the opportunity to, again, experience something new, experience something different. You don't have to change your entire external world to do this. You do have to come at it with a slightly different energy. You do have to come at it with a strong intention. You have to stick to that intention if you want to fulfill the things that your soul is calling for you to fulfill. I am talking to myself today as well. Yeah, this is a great time for you to embrace adventure, embrace a little bit of change, embrace some newness. It may feel scary, it may feel daunting, it may feel overwhelming. Do whatever you have to do to keep your inner child moderated. And if you have not done family systems work or parts work or any of that, or internal family systems work, I'm sorry. If you haven't done any of that, this might be a really good time to look into that if you're not familiar with it, and to really give yourself the safety that you need so that you can begin making those changes. Although I feel like a lot of you probably don't have to do a lot of prep work. You've probably been doing that, so you're like ready for those changes. Okay, moving into Jade. What does Jade have? Jade is a very beautiful card. I love this card. The message of Jade is that there are hidden treasures, there are hidden gems within you, within your life. But because this was, again, in reverse, I feel like a lot of this has to do with you. You may have strengths that you are like, I didn't know I even had that. I did not know I was aware of that. I did not know that I was capable of that. This card is telling you that this week is going to be showing you a lot of places where you have strength that maybe you had forgotten or you were not tuned into. And that is a beautiful thing, because this is going to have a very expansive energy for you. Moving into the crystal clear quartz in a moment, and we'll get on that in a little bit. This is going to have a very expansive energy for you. It's going to have a lot of growth for you. If you can allow yourself to tap into the abundance that is within yourself, it may give you a little bit more peace and clarity than you think it will. The recognition that you have enough, you are more than enough. If that is a narrative that has been very hard for you, this week may challenge that narrative. Again, for some of you, you may be looking at some of those wounds, but this week also presents opportunities for you to heal some of those narratives by making plans to take action that are in alignment with the knowing that you are enough. Because I believe if you are listening to this, a piece of you knows this. You would not be sitting here trying to improve yourself and improve your life if you did not believe that you deserved better. So there is a piece of you very strongly that loves yourself and believes in your worth and believes in your value. So you have the opportunity, you have many opportunities in this upcoming week to really harness those things and to move forward into them. I love that for you. I love that for us, because this is a collective reading. So my dears, anytime you are feeling doubtful or feeling like I don't deserve the things that I want, check yourself before you wreck yourself. What is your narrative? Where's this coming from? Am I acting out of fear? Am I acting out of love? Ask yourself that anytime this week that you are like, I'm going to make a decision here. Are you acting out of fear? Are you acting out of love? Okay, sometimes they can look like the same thing. Sometimes they look totally different. Make sure that you are aligned with your intentions. What is acting out of love for one person may not be acting out of love for another. Do know that if there is conflict or anything of that sort, what other people are doing is none of your business right now. This energy, again, is all about turning and looking within and taking care of yourself and healing your relationship to yourself and healing any wounds that may be coming up, especially, again, from childhood. We keep coming back to the same things. Okay, final card that I pulled for you in the reverse crystal clear quartz. This card is all about amplification, magnification, expansion, growth. This card comes up and it tells us that we are on a path of growth and expansion at this point. If you are listening to this, hello, you're on the path. You're doing it. You're already doing the thing. If you're like, I don't know, am I doing enough? You're doing enough. You are doing enough. You are enough. You are doing enough. You are on the path of growth. You are doing it. You are doing the thing. Congratulations. You're doing a great job. Be easy on yourself. These are words I need to hear. Collectively, we're experiencing the same thing. You are enough. You have enough. You're in a stage of growth. You may be experiencing some growing pains. Again, if you are feeling like the reverse of this right now, if you're feeling all the wounds, all those things, it is likely growing pains. Letting go of old patterns is hard. Letting go of old narratives is hard. Letting go of old pain is hard because it comes up, and when it comes up, for you to release it, you will feel it on the way out. So just know it's coming up, it's on the way out, you are feeling it, it may suck. It does not mean anything about you. It simply means you are in a process of growth and expansion, and I love that for you. You're probably in a state where you really need it. Other things to note, whatever it is that you are focusing on will amplify. So if you do not have a practice of gratitudes, my dear, or if you, I don't know why it's not blurring for me. If you don't have a practice of gratitudes, or you are not involved in a practice of gratitudes, or you have forgotten to do your practice of gratitudes regularly, This is a really good time for you to get back into the habit of that every morning, every evening, both. I don't care, do both. Anytime you can, find things to be grateful for. The more that you do this, the more you put your attention on things that you love, the more that they will grow. If you're putting your attention on things that you do not like, things that make you uncomfortable, things that make you feel unsafe, things that are bugging you, bothering you, those things will amplify. So where your attention goes, energy flows, whatever it is you are focusing on is going to amplify. If you're focusing on your enoughness, yourself, if you are focusing on new adventures, new exciting things, growth, expansion, change, if you are focusing on those things, you will continue to see more of those things. If you are planting seeds from an energy of desperation, from an energy of fear, you are going to reap and sow the fruits of that exact same seed. So if you are feeling like you are just a tornado of emotions right now, regulate yourself. Messages for me too. Regulate yourself, breath work, eat, move, sunshine, do whatever you have to do. You don't have to deal with all the mess that's going on up here. I know that your brain, if you're anything like me, is probably going to try to bring you up into the brain to figure out all of your problems. A reminder to bring yourself into your body, to take care of the things that you need to take care of so you can be healthy and calm and well. That is the place to be setting intentions from. If you are scattered as fuck right now, do whatever you have to do. Connect with the people that you need to. Connect with people that you love. Hang out with a pet. That's my personal favorite. Hang out with my cat. Do something that's going to help you to ground, find some clarity, find some peace, and then make your decisions from that point. So, final little wrap up here, you guys. We have a new adventure that we are embarking on. This is not an adventure that is external from us. This is an inner journey that we are likely moving into or have been moving into or may feel an initiation in, some level of new growth in. We are stepping into this new, beautiful energy this upcoming week. There may be some moments where you feel a lot of heaviness. There may be some moments where you feel a lot of lightness and innocence and joy and excitement. You're possibly going to feel any and all of the things, and that is a-okay. The beautiful message that I have for you for this upcoming week is to make sure that you are nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself. The outer, again, reflects the inner. So if you are catering to the world around you, hoping that it's going to fix you and how you feel on the inside, my dears, you're going about it the wrong way. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. The more you take care of yourself, your inner energy, your boundaries, they matter, your living situation, your work, the things that generally, like, if anything in your life is disrupting your peace so much so that you cannot function, cut it out or remove it from your life to the point where you can get back into a state of peace. If you have to take a day off of work, take a day off of work. It's not the end of the world. Your peace is more important than anything else at this point. So make sure you are focusing on that. This will give you the space to embark on this new journey of self-love, of self-growth, self-amplification. In the process of doing that, the things that are meant for you will be attracted to you. And it's going to feel so much better than if you were clinging and trying to survive. So, my dears, I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have questions on anything, please feel free to reach out and let me know. If you want clarification on anything, reach out and let me know. I'm happy to do a card pull for you individually. If you feel like you need extra assistance, just shoot me a message and we will go from there. I love you guys so much. Thank you and have a beautiful week. I will see you guys next time. Bye!